And you already believe in her because it's your gender. There's nothing equality about it. First question, which school did I attend? That's my first question. Let me give you a hint. E. So where's the first question? Which kind of song will you play in our Zumba? Thompson, what are you playing? All right.
Well, who sent me? Don't worry, whatever it is, it wouldn't turn to violence. Okay, this is violence coming from AZ. Welcome to this wonderful and amazing show, Malabite and Malabras, is called the Youth Hangout 2025, proudly brought to you by the Cross River State Ministry of Health in collaboration with UNFPA, talking about the United Nations Population Fund, your trusted partners for youth development and empowerment. I am your host, Obase Oyi Thompson. Okay, so tonight we are diving deep into a very amazing topic that challenges how society, defines us, as a people. We can talk about the males, the females, but whichever gender it is. Today we're going to be looking at gender equality, breaking roles, and the norms. We also talk about stereotypes and all of that. So joining me in the studio are two brilliant voices, who are passionate about quality, empowerment. We'll also look at social changes and and every other thing that has to do with young people. So with me here in the studio is Ola Usang. You're welcome to the studio.
Hi, Thompson. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so anytime I introduce you to the show, I feel so excited because Malabite and Malabras is usually enjoy this amazing voice. We want to hear you again, Ola Usang.
Hi, Thompson. It's nice to be here. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, I'm just trying to blush. I'm blushing already. All right, so you're welcome to the studio. Before I
Thank
start
you.
asking you how you're feeling today, how was your day?
My day was fine. It was restful. I was at home resting.
Oh, Jim, when somebody's going to ask when will we have this kind of rest? When will we have this kind of resting at home and resting? And also here with us in the studio is Ogozi, Evelyn Samuel, the head of department school monitoring and supervision, department secondary education, both Ministry of Education. You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Wow, it is such a great pleasure, and privilege to have this wonderful, brilliant, guest here in the studio. First, let's turn to you, Ma Ogozi. Now, how was your day and how did you feel today?
Well, it was fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so talking about Calabar weather precisely, it really doesn't seem as if we are out of raining season. Does it really look like that?
No, because why is it raining in November?
Oh.
I mean, why? Why is it raining in
Why
November?
must it rain in November?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just quite terrible that we are still having rain, in the month of November. All right, so everyone listening to us right now, this conversation is for you, you, and you. Do call us on 0809 How are you feeling today, and what has the day actually been for you? And don't forget to join our Facebook Live, our discussion on UNICAL Radio International. We love to hear your thoughts, stories, and of course, questions as we unpack, what gender equality really means in our daily lives. And don't forget to follow us on all of our platforms. On Facebook, we are UNICAL Radio International. On Instagram, we are UNICAL Radio. And on TikTok, we are UNICAL Radio. And on YouTube, we are also UNICAL Rain. Let's go and let's get it started. Stay tuned as we go on a short commercial break. Don't forget, we went to the street, and then we're going to listen to what young people have out there, for you and I. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial.
Welcome to another interesting episode of Street Talk, powered by your best Ado Infotainment radio station, UNICAL Radio International 103.5 FM Calabar. And this time again is in collaboration with UNFPA, where we get to sample opinions from the public on trending, local, national, international, and thought-provoking issues. Today, we are taking the conversations beyond the studio and the Youth Hangout show right here on the street to hear what young people really think about gender equality, breaking roles, norms, and stereotypes. You can also join the conversations every Thursday at 6 p.m. live on UNICAL Radio International 103.5 FM Calabar and on Facebook at UNICAL Radio International. Also, to dive deep into every topic, visit www.softlive247.com and stand a chance to win exciting prizes. But for the meantime, let's hit the streets and let's hear what people have to say about this beautiful topic. My name is Albert Keller, and I am your delectable host. Hello, good afternoon. Who am I here with?
Kijie.
Agbo Praise, Adam, David.
And yes,
In your own opinion, what does gender equality mean to you?
gender equality means when both gender have equal rights in different situations. Duty that people feel should belong to one particular gender.
In my own honest opinion, men and women should like be equal and there should not be like barriers. What a man can do, a woman can do better.
Gender equality simply means the right for the female and the male to have equal rights to everything.
Okay.
That is just it.
Conventionally, gender equality in politics, in administration, in management, private or public, mean that man should be treated equal.
In your own opinion, what's the difference between gender equality and gender equity?
Gender equity means fairness for both genders, that is both the male and the female. Why equality is men and women have the same rights and responsibilities and opportunities.
Equality means two different genders have the same life or whether the same qualification or qualities. While equity is that what is good for a man should also a female can handle such position.
Have you ever been judged or criticized for doing something that people feel it was not for your gender?
No, not criticized per se. I feel everybody is capable of doing anything.
Not really, but I have an auntie. Yeah, she's a pilot now. But when she was like training, they were like, it's not meant for her.
Not really.
Well, I can't say. Sometimes it's just 50-50. Sometimes criticized, sometimes not criticized.
Well, I can say because I am a helper naturally. So when I tend to help women, I get criticized from my friend, and then they'll tell me that you're not supposed to help a woman. You're not supposed to, because some of those ladies leave you at the end when you're in problem. So it's better you help a man than help a lady. So
In my culture, there's so many things. A woman does not climb a palm tree to go and tap wine. A woman cannot carry a corpse and bury you. You can't go and dig grave. You see a woman digging grave. It's a taboo in our culture.
What is one stereotype you feel about a man or a woman that should be changed in our world today?
Well, the ideology of women thinking that men are the providers, that's a very big lie.
House chores. I feel there should be no particular house chore for a woman or a man. I feel the male should not only be authoritative, even a female should also have her own rights, should also be strong in making decisions.
Well, I feel the presidency, Nigerian presidency, they should also give women a chance because you can you can even actually be shocked when a woman comes to power and she actually saves us all from this Nigerian problem that we have.
All right, amazing listeners out there, this is where we are going to draw the curtain for today's edition of Street Talk, proudly brought to you by the United Nations Population Fund in collaboration with the Cross River State Ministry of Health. And also
in the People's Paradise, it's UNICAL Radio International, Cross River Estate, Nigeria, 103.5 FM, education, information and entertainment. Youth Hangout 2025. Informed youth, informed choices. Peer pressure, teenage pregnancies, HIV and AIDS, healthy relationships, gender-based violence, life skills, online safety, and so much more. Join your host, Obase Oyi Thompson, every Thursday at 6 p.m. live on UNICAL Radio International 103.5 FM and on Facebook at UNICAL Radio International. Dive deeper into every topic on www.softlife247.com and don't miss your chance to win exciting freebies and prizes each week. This is more than just a show. It's your space to learn, share, connect, and grow. This program is proudly brought to you by the Cross River State Ministry of Health with support from the United Nations Population Fund.
Oh, thanks for staying tuned with us on 103.5 UNICAL Radio International. Yeah, we went to the street, and of course, we heard what a whole lot of young people have to say when it has to do with gender equality, the role, misconception, some of the things that a lot of persons have about gender. When they say, hey, it's only the female that can cook, it's only the women that should cook, it's only the men that should work, it's only the men that should provide. Okay, so if you're just joining us, don't forget that we have Ola Usang here in the studio, and we also have Ogozi here in the studio. All right, let's quickly start with you, Ogozi. Don't forget that gender equality goes beyond just being a man or a woman or male or female, as the case may be. It's about fairness, opportunities, and respect, for everyone. But what does it really mean to us as young people? Is why we are here today. Now, let's quickly start with you. What does gender equality mean to you, personally, and why do you think it is very important in today's, society?
Right. Thank you very much for that question.
Okay.
Gender equality means every person, regardless of whether they are male or female,
okay,
having the same right,
okay,
opportunity,
okay,
and then respect,
okay,
in all parts of life.
Wow.
Now, when we talk about this, we are going to look at we'll look at education.
Okay.
We'll look at work and
okay,
pay.
Okay.
We'll look at healthcare.
Okay.
And then we'll look at family and
okay,
social life.
Okay.
When we talk about gender equality, why is it important? Is one, gender is a basic right.
Wow.
we all have the equal opportunity
Okay.
and chance to live,
Okay.
learn, and succeed. Here we are looking at fairness. I think the next one is that gender is very important because it brings about economic growth.
Okay.
Everyone has equal opportunity to contribute their skills
Okay.
and ideas in a society
Oh.
or a community, wherever
Okay.
we find ourselves.
Okay.
It also brings about balance in decision making.
Okay.
When both gender
Okay.
make decision, you see that there will be balance. The male will bring up their own
Decisions,
and
okay.
the female will
Bring-
bring. By the time we put it together, it will be balance.
Okay. But,
Then-
but looking at that in our society today, has there ever been any time where the male and female come together to actually agree on something and it becomes what it stands in the society?
In the society, well, I think in some points.
Okay, there
But
are.
I think that's why we are here.
Okay.
To clear the air
Hey, okay.
on that.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So we are also looking at gender. One of the importance that being reducing violence in the society.
Okay.
It creates healthier society and important and improve the family.
Oh, that's
Yes.
interesting.
When a man and a woman put their heads together, you see that there will be healthy family.
Okay.
Yes. And then, well, if I want to say, let me summarize it. Gender equality creates fairness, safer,
Okay.
and most successful world for everyone.
Wow. That's interesting, but there again, let's look at at the traditional phase, because so many times we'll look at tradition to play a very key role here in our society. So let's quickly ask you this: in what ways do traditional gender roles, influence the choice of young people, about making, talking about careers and education or relationship? In one way, does tradition, actually play a key role?
Okay. First and foremost, we'll look at what is gender role.
Okay.
Yes. Expectations
Oh,
that
wow.
people put forth. For example, oh, a boy is supposed to be brave.
Okay.
A girl is supposed to be homely.
Exactly. Okay.
A girl is supposed to be caring.
Okay.
A boy is not supposed to break easily. Those are traditional expectations that the society plays on
Okay.
gender. Now, these roles can be influenced, or they can influence the choices we make
Okay.
in education, in relationship, and also in our jobs and other things we do.
Wow.
For example, in education, most community, yes, expect boys to be given more chance to go to school.
Exactly.
While girls are expected to stay at home and help in the
house chores
chores.
and all of that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
While in relationship, traditional gender role expects men to be leaders,
Okay.
while men should be leaders, decision makers.
Okay.
While women are expected to care
Okay.
and be submissive.
Wow, that's interesting.
Now, when we look at family and responsibilities,
Okay.
we have women are expected to take care of the home, even if they work, even if they are working class, or if she is a working class woman, she's
Okay.
expected to take care of the home, take care of the children. Now, in career, men are pushed into technical. For example, you have the society expecting that a boy should read the course like engineering,
Okay.
while a girl should read, maybe it should be a teacher. So you read education
Okay.
and all that, so that they can be able to take care of the children and take care of the home.
Okay.
Being that the society expect that teachers are the ones that are better wives. You understand?
Okay.
So in leadership opportunities, you see people expecting that, oh, it's only the men that should take the position.
Okay.
Why women should just be there. They should be followers.
Playing loyalties.
Yeah, loyalties and all that.
Okay.
So these are the traditional these things that people place.
Okay.
Now, if I want to look at it, I will also say that traditional gender roles limit freedom and expressions.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It influences what people study, relationship, careers they pursue.
Yeah, it's just like even in our universities, when you go there these
Yes.
days, you see that probably in engineering, you could see
More
100
guys.
men and then you see just one or two
ladies,
ladies.
yes.
Okay.
Thank you. So it also creates inequality by discouraging individuals from following their true interests and abilities.
So for me, I think that when we talk, when we want to go into talking about traditional barriers or traditional roles, I think for us as young person, we should first of all understand the meaning between sex and gender. Because when we understand that disparity between those two things, we can actually drive home our points. Now, when we talk about sex talks about your biological characteristics that makes you a boy, that makes you a girl. Now, when we talk about gender talks about societal construed roles to you. Say society say as a girl you must always wake up in the morning to cook. As a guy, you wake up in the morning and go and wash your father's car. Because I know they used to do that a lot in my house. My brother used to wash the car a lot. But I got to realize that this thing should not be accrued to just a particular gender. So what we are trying to say is that regardless of whether you are a guy or a girl, you should be able to you should be given the same opportunity.
If it is time for fishing, you go for fishing. If it's time for hunting, go for hunting.
Fishing. When I go to the village, I do go for fishing. I do wash my father's car. I do start the gen. I can drag gen.
And then when it's time for tilling, you go and do tilling.
Yes.
But who digs the grave? Who digs the grave?
Okay, that's a good one, but that's what we are advocating for.
Okay, so that women should also
because
be
you
part.
can actually check sometimes women can actually do that thing.
Yeah.
But we just say.
But we've never seen a female mortuary attendant.
No, I've actually seen.
You've seen?
Yes.
Wow,
Where
that's
I said
interesting. That person
I've
must be
seen
very.
yes. It's not now. It's not because the person is very hard, but because most time that is what that person studied and that's what the person aims to be.
Aims to be.
But we just say that is for a guy. Why do you want to go and carry dead body? But we are trying to say that passion and purpose in life does not have to do because of your gender. Because if we go through that route, we'll be limiting or we'll be benching some talents that would have been put out there. Because I had a conversation with somebody and she was like, she doesn't feel that guys are supposed to be nurses because they don't have a nurturing and caregiving spirit.
But that's not true.
Things can be, even if a guy is not so nurturing.
Misconceptions,
as a kid, yes, but someone can actually learn. I think there are courses that actually teaches you on how to be empathetic, and I think with time you can actually grow. Believe me, sometimes you will see a guy that cares better than a girl.
A woman,
Yes.
yeah.
So
That's true. Oh man, you just need to call some names. Okay, so for you out there, our amazing listeners out there, we've missed 2 calls there, but already our phone lines are open, so you also be part of this conversation. So we are asking this question to you out there: how do gender, expectations at softlife247.com for all of your opinion? And so our phone lines are 080944440058. So you can also be part of this conversation. We are asking you, how do gender expectations affect, the way you express, yourself or make decisions? All right, so let's quickly turn to you again, Ma Evelyn. So I think I should go with Evelyn because Ogozi really makes me go so deep and deep and deep. All right, so sometimes gender biases are subtle. When we talk about subtle, it shows up in such a way that things, a lot of things that people say, and also in so many times we talk about opportunities, which are denied, and in other words, are very unfair expectations at the end of the day. So let's talk about what this really looks like. Now, can you share some everyday examples of gender, a bias or discrimination that young, people may face generally? Let's turn to you, Evelyn.
Thank you. Yeah. I will start by saying, in schools, example, primary, secondary school, universities, and all that. And in our homes. Teachers and parents praising boys for being smart. And girls being neat or polite is one of the practices that we see every day.
Every day, wow.
Then we also see that
we shouldn't be. We shouldn't have been.
Yes, shouldn't have been. So we also see boys taking sciences and girls taking home economics.
Okay. Oh, discrimination entirely.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not supposed to be like
It
that.
shouldn't be, yeah.
Both boys and girls can take home economics together.
Okay.
And you see that most times, boys who do cook, they cook better than even girls.
Girls, yeah.
You see, most times if you go to the market, I thank God the way things are now.
Yeah,
you go to
you
the
see
market,
men
you
in the
see
market.
boys who are
They price more than the women. Are also selling. Yeah,
making
selling.
hair.
Yeah. Okay.
They make good hair more than even the females.
Wow.
Then we also have boys being pressured to act tough, to act very tough,
Okay.
and not show sadness or fear. You see a mother telling his or her boy child, why are you behaving like a girl? Why are you soft?
Wow.
Why are you
so emotional?
Why are you so emotional?
You're supposed to be a hard man.
You're supposed to be hard. Don't you know that boys don't cry?
Oh, okay.
Boys don't cry and all that.
Oh.
Then you have girls being excluded from activities for being weak.
Yeah, they say, oh, this is boys. Don't play football.
Don't
you
play
know, don't
football.
do this.
Don't you know you are a girl?
You're not supposed to be jumping around.
Are you not? Are you supposed to jump around? Are you supposed to appear like this? You don't know you are a girl. Are you? Don't you know that you are a woman? Why are you talking? When people are talking, you are supposed to keep quiet and sit. Oh, why are you expressing yourself and all that? These are everyday practice that we observed.
Yes. No, there was this, as she just said this, I just remembered, I used to hear when older women, people like our grandmothers used to say, why do you want to do masters? Why do you want to go even as far as doing PhD?
PhD, okay.
You are driving men away from you. Who will marry you? You know, those kind of things. Those are actually biases. And as little as some of these biases and discrimination may seem, that's how it starts. People usually say, droplet makes an ocean. From you keep scooping small, your bucket or your cup will surely get filled. So when people encounter these biases from little and it's being subtle, you kind of dampen their spirit and you kind of make them feel less of themselves. So we are trying to say that this should not be, it's not normal and it's not supposed to be normal.
Okay, so it's not normal and it shouldn't even be normal. But let's ask you this, how can young people, recognize when a belief or expectation is actually, a harmful gender stereotype?
Okay, for me, I would say, first of all, I think we need to ask ourselves this question.
Okay.
When we hear a belief, or we see something being said, or we see a quote, first of all, I think we should all ask ourselves this question. Does this belief limit somebody from achieving what they want to do based on their gender?
Okay.
Now, if you ask this question and you see that this belief actually limits you as a person, or even as a person being a girl or a guy, it limits you from actually doing what you want to do, then that belief is a stereotype. Just like how she said that guys are meant to study sciences and engineering and girls are meant to study home economics. Now, that belief, if we ask ourselves that question, does this belief limit us from achieving what we want to do based on our gender? We can actually say yes, this belief limits us. And once the belief is already saying yes, it limits, it's actually a stereotype, and we should recognize that. And once we recognize that this belief is it's stereotypical in a way, we should actually fight and advocate against it, because what we are saying today is we should give everybody the same opportunities and the same respect and the same rights, because basic human rights, let's even move from this part of gender equality to human rights. Human rights is not given based on gender. It's for everybody, regardless of whether you are male or female.
That's interesting too. Our wonderful listeners out there, don't forget that phone lines are still very open, so you also be part of this conversation. And so that's why we are going to be asking you this question as we go on a bit music break. We want to ask you, have you ever felt judged or limited because of your gender, and how did you respond? So have you ever felt judged or limited about some certain things because of your gender? And so we are asking, how did you respond? Okay, so let's go on a short commercial break, and when we are back, don't forget, we have a whole lot lined up here for you with Ola, Usang, and Evelyn Samuel in the Welcome back from that short commercial break. Right away here on 103.5 UNICAL Radio International. I am your host, Obase Oyi Thompson. It's a 2025 Youth Hangout show on 103.5 UNICAL Radio International. And today we are talking about gender equality, breaking rules, norms, and stereotypes. And with me here in the studio, we still have Usang here and Evelyn Samuel. So, let me quickly say another welcome again. Welcome again. So, for you out there who are still joining us, still welcome. All right. So, right away here, we've talked about a lot of things. And don't forget, our phone lines are still open. And of course, our Facebook Live is still on. So, drop your questions, drop your, call on the show. We have a whole lot of questions. And of course, we have a whole lot of gifts for you and you and you out there. So, we've talked about a lot of things, and now we're going to be looking at some of the challenges, and then norms, and then we talk about driving change, in our society, especially that affect that has to affect young people generally. So let's start with you, Ola-Osang. We're talking about breaking stereotypes, yes. And then start with awareness, and then the courage to do things differently as either male or female. Young people are the heartbeat of the society when we talk about change in our society. Then what role can young people actually play, in quotes, in challenging and changing gender norms in their homes and communities?
Okay. So for me, I will say, first of all, we need to speak up.
Oh, speak up.
As young persons, when you see something, you say something. Basically, if you see a belief,
yeah,
or if you see a write-up, or you see a quote that is already sexist in the sense that it's stereotypical and different, that it's directed to a girl should do this.
Okay.
Yeah, as a girl, you should be like this. I think we should speak up against this kind of jokes, especially when it's even a joke. Something should not actually be a joke. We should not take them as a joke sometimes. So, because it's from there, when somebody says a joke the first time and then we laugh about it, the person gets to do it over and over again. But once that joke is being said and you're like, how far? This thing you said is not nice. Rather, instead of saying it this way, you can actually better put this other way, or in fact don't even say it because it's not a nice thing to say. I think that goes a long way. And then I think we should be more supportive of young persons. When we see our fellow young person, even as a girl, venturing even to study to be a pilot, or to be an engineer, or to even be a construction manager, or whatever she wants to do, I think we should be we should be more supportive to the persons and cheer them on when they are trying to do something, and not just the people that we see online or celebrities when they are trying to achieve something and you are trying to cheer them on, go do what you want to do. But in your own inner circle, you are not supportive to your friends. So I think we need to speak up, we need to be supportive, and we need to also encourage positive gender equality, positive jokes and messages out there. You can actually lend your voice, even through your little social media platforms, your YouTube, your WhatsApp status, your Instagram reel, Instagram stories, your tweets, just by saying something positive when it comes to gender equality. I think these are roles that as young persons we can actually advocate for gender equality in our society. Thank you.
Okay, so let's turn to our Facebook live streaming. We are having, this is first coming from Adele. He's saying that he's saying that, hello, Youth Hangout. Crew, my opinion on today's topic is that gender inequality, creates imbalance for me as regards choices and social expectations and responsibilities, which in turn creates a room for stereotype. So we also see a create room for stereotype, and I am very uncomfortable with it. Okay, so my question to the guest in the studio is, how do you intend to close these inequalities and imbalance created by assigned gender roles as defined by any particular country or community based on the existing tradition and customs of such community or country in question? Now, from Julie. All right, so do well to always send in where you're calling or sending your message from, because we'll definitely be expecting people from overseas also to be part of this conversation. All right, so he's asking a question. Okay, so he's asking a question there that based on the society or existing, norms in our society, which exactly, which particular, Yeah. So which a particular this thing, you know. Okay, so he's talking about the question, you know, to the guest, you know, talking about how you intend, you know, to close these inequalities, you know, and then imbalances created by assigned gender roles as defined by any particular country. Or community.
Okay, thank you very much, Jubilee, for your question, and thank you for joining us on this interesting show. Now, what ways do we plan on closing this inequalities, gender inequalities? Now, this is one of the ways which we plan to close.
Okay, so let's quickly pick this phone call before we get over there. Hello, good evening. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hello, good evening. My name is Praise. I'm calling from Marian.
Oh, Praise, good evening. Nice to have you on the show. All right, so this is the Youth Hangout 2025 as our first caller. So you pick question number 1 to 5, and so we have to ask this.
Okay, question number 2.
Okay, question number 2. What one stereotype you think young people should stop believing about men or women?
Okay, yes. First of all, I'll go for the men because I'm a lady, yes. But the one stereotype I believe young people should stop believing about men is that men are not supposed to cry, that men are not supposed to show emotions. Because the truth is, they are human beings. They are supposed to be able to show those emotions, show vulnerability, and feel safe among us. Because that's why we see that sometimes men just hold everything inside, and it's not really good. Women need to open up, and the society needs to open up as a safe space. And another thing, because last week's topic was about menstrual health. Another thing that people should stop doing to women is trying to put them in a corner because they hear they are menstruating. Oh, she will not smell nice, or oh, she's not supposed to be like that. It's not a good thing. These are the stereotypes. And also, when it comes to working certain jobs, women are also seen as like, oh, yeah, weak, will not be able to. But the truth is, give people the chance, irrespective of their genders, and see their capabilities.
Okay. Oh, thank you so very much for calling on the show. It's such a privilege to have you, and do have a wonderful evening. All right, so we've heard from Praise calling from Marian, particularly talking about gender inequality. So now let's return back to the question that Jubilee asked.
So, okay, thank you again. As I was saying, thank you, Jubilee, for your question and joining us on the show. So you asked what ways we want to close these inequalities in the
gaps, okay.
And I'm saying that this that we are doing, this Youth Hangout, this radio show we are doing in collaboration with Cross River State Ministry of Health, UNFPA, and the UNICAL Radio International, is also a way we plan to close this, because we are speaking out.
Okay.
We are lending our voices.
Okay.
I am a young person, so I am saying that this shouldn't be. So this is one of the ways. So while we advocate on air, we as young persons, we as individuals, we should also try to advocate in our daily lives, because sometimes this thing happens very close to us.
Okay.
Now, if your neighbor is doing something stereotypical and something that is not wrong, we should speak up against it. Now, from my mother used to say something that if one person sweeps in front of our house and the other person sweeps and the neighbor sweeps, the streets will be clean.
Okay.
So if you do your own part in speaking up against this stereotype, these biases, these discriminatory talks and actions, this is also a way you too can also close these gender inequalities in your community.
Okay, so let's return back to the phone calls. Hello, good evening. Please, could you stay a little bit from your radio?
Okay, good evening. Okay.
All right. Please, your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Rita. I stay at the female hostel hall here in UNICAL.
Rita, Hall 8.
Yes.
All right, so pick a question from question number 1 to 5.
Okay, let's have question number 2.
Okay, question number 2 have been taken.
Okay, question number 4.
Question number 4. Okay, so question number 4. What advice would you give to someone trying to defy gender expectations?
Okay, yeah, that's a very good question, and it's as if I said it some last week. Okay, so first of all, okay, I would actually like to begin with a little context or something. Everybody was created in the same likeness of God.
Okay.
That's number 1. And we don't even have any right of in this person is okay, is more than this, no matter the gender, because we are all human. And looking at this present day, okay, everybody is just making moves. Everybody is talking about, okay, this is a male, this is a female.
Okay.
So you trying to maybe say, okay, I can do this, because I am a guy or because I am a girl, I am doing this, and this person is not supposed to do this. I think we are wasting the time.
Okay.
Because we are getting to a world where everybody is doing everything. Everybody is actually doing everything. Both girls and boys,
Okay.
both male and female.
Female. Okay.
So my advice is to anybody that is trying to start any gender. So you say you are doing this, and because I am doing this, you are not supposed to do this. You are actually wasting your time. Work on yourself. Everybody should just work on themselves. You know what you can do. You know what you can do. Just go for it. Not minded that you are doing, because we all have one head for crying out loud.
Okay.
We all and do everything.
Yeah, we have
Very
one
well.
head.
Very well.
Okay.
Very well. We all have one head.
Yeah.
So don't tell me you're a guy, you are going to do this. Because we're even in a what? Oh God, this is. In fact, Obase Thompson, please, people should not stop this program.
Okay. All right.
In fact, I'm actually looking for a program that I can join that's talking about this gender inequality, honestly.
All right. So okay. So I think we'll have that conversation after this show. Do well to call me after this conversation. All right. So thank you so very much for being part of the show. You've heard there that both males and female, we have the same body. We're not having 3 heads as men, and then women having 1 head. Okay. So from our Facebook Live, we have this coming from Kali. He's saying, yes, so many times I've been judged and criticized. I feel it's part of my daily living. And so before I used to be very angry about it, but now I see them as beautiful compliments. Yeah. Now, for example, I'll use myself I'm a singer, okay? So a soprano singer, and by God's grace, I am very good at it. So, okay, whenever I sing, I get criticized for sounding like a girl. Oh, and when I'm a man, well, okay, so while I am a man, okay, so this makes me always rethink, my decision. Whenever I am in a position to sing, I'll be contemplating whether I should sing, or even if I try singing, I should form my voice and try to sound like a man with a bass voice. Okay, so another criticism I have always encountered is styling my mom's hair. So I get criticized a lot, mostly from my male friends. Yeah, so we've talked about this earlier on. We're saying, people say generally it should be the women's responsibilities or roles to make hair and all of that. But I also make hair, so that in any way doesn't it?
If my brother could make hair, it would save me money.
Wow. So maybe you should always come over, so I help you make your hair.
I will.
You will. Okay. All right. So let's quickly round up here because of our time, and then talking about the challenges. Now, some people think gender equality is girls versus boys. Okay. So let's turn to you, Evelyn. How do you explain this? That it's really about fairness, respect for everyone, and not about whether male or female.
Well, yes, it's true. It's not boys versus girls.
Girls, okay.
But it's about fairness, respect, and equal opportunities for everyone.
Okay.
Well, it also means gender should be free to learn.
Wow.
The boys should be free to learn.
Okay.
The girls should be free to learn, work, express themselves, and make choices without limits or discrimination. It's all about working together for everyone to reach their full potential.
Wow.
Okay. Yes. So for me, I will say, yes, we usually hear that gender equality is always guys versus girls. But I'll say it's not a competition. Okay. It's more like a collaboration.
Okay.
Na collabo. Okay. Meaning that you can actually say he for she, she for he.
Yeah.
Meaning that we are together in this thing. So we should actually advocate and we should actually speak up whenever we find ourselves in this opportunity, in these situations, saying that if we are faced with a situation where a guy is being stereotyped or a girl is being stereotyped, regardless of whether we should not do I'm a girl's girl, does not concern me. No, it's not a competition. But we are saying he for she, meaning that give your own input, whether it concerns your gender or not. It's not a competition. It's rather a collaboration. Thank you.
Okay, so right away here, thanks, gentlemen, for joining us on this particular edition of the Youth Hangout 2025. So right away here is going to be our rapid a fire round. So let's turn to you, gentlemen in the studio. And let's quickly start with Hugh by my right. So pick your question. Question number. Yes, please, Evelyn. Yeah. So pick a question. Question number. So you have 30 seconds. In fact, less than 5 seconds.
Number one.
Oh, question number one. First. Okay. So first, in question number one, we talk about a first word that comes to your mind when you hear gender equality.
Well,
just 2 seconds. We don't want. This is a firebox question. Yeah.
First thing that comes to my mind
is
when I hear of gender equality.
Your time is up. So okay, let's give you a benefit of doubt. Yeah. So first thing that comes to your mind when you hear that gender fairness. All right. Thank you. Question number
5.
Question number 5. Okay. So what's harder to change people's mind on social traditions?
Is that?
What's harder to change?
People's mind.
Yeah. So I'm not done.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want you to calm down.
All right.
Question number 5. So what's harder to change? People's minds or social traditions?
I would say social traditions are harder to change.
It's very hard to change.
Yes.
Social traditions.
Yes.
Okay. Question number
3.
Question number 3. Okay. So question number 3 goes this way. A woman or a man who inspires you to break barriers? Who is that woman or man that inspires you to break these barriers?
Inspire me to break barriers? Even myself.
Yourself?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Myself.
You inspire yourself.
Yes.
That's very interesting foundational step to take. So for you out there, never think that all is over. You can actually inspire yourself, to be the best that you can. All right, let's turn to you. Question number 2. Question number 2. What stereotype you wish society would have to drop forever? We're not talking about within a time limit, but forever.
Men are not supposed to show emotions.
Perfect. Yeah, but yes, I remember when my grandmother died. My father never cried because he felt people were going to say, "Hey, men don't need to cry," and then you're having your children here. So what he did was he entered inside the house, and then he pinned to the wall and shouted. He screamed out. I was just the most luckiest person who went in to see that. So when I noticed that, later on I asked him, "Dad, you were crying?" He said, "Yes, I have to cry because that's my mom." So right from then, it has always been in me. And so when I hear people say that, that stuff actually comes to my mind. So let's have your final take. Question number.
Question number 4.
Question number 4. One thing we can all do daily to promote gender equality. What's that one thing?
Okay. We can encourage each other.
Okay.
Yes. To promote gender equality. We can speak up.
Okay.
We can tell people to respect each other.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So finally, let's have your question. Question number 7 is here for you. All right. A quote that motivates you to stand for equality.
Okay, I would say confidence is not about fitting in. It's all about standing out.
Wonderful. Confidence from me to you is not about fitting in, going to meet a fashion designer to fit the clothes, but it's about standing out at all times. So you just buy it and wear, but don't forget to wear your size anyway. But then, what an enlightening and powerful conversation we've had this evening, gentlemen, in the studio. But before we let you go, let's quickly have your last word. Let's start with you, Usang.
Okay, for me, just like I said, my quotes, confidence is not about fitting in.
Okay.
It's about standing out.
Okay.
So when you feel like things are getting too tough because you are a certain kind of way, just like our listener said, because he's a soprano singer. I've seen guys that sing beautifully, soprano, and I'm like,
tenure and all of that.
God, I beg. you know, see me give voice, but I'm appreciative of their talent. So
I'll
it's
teach you
good
that
to
one.
be
Okay.
it's good to be authentic in whatever you do. So
Yeah.
don't try to always fit in most of the time.
Okay.
Because when you try to fit in, you lose your purpose, you lose your originality, and you just do what everybody wants you to do. So
Okay.
that's my take. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's quickly have your last word.
Okay, for me, I would say respect who you are.
Okay.
Just respect who you are, and always be strong than any label.
Wow. So no matter the stereotype, no matter the stigma, no matter what the society say, you just need to be strong. So a huge thank you to our amazing guests, Ola Usang and Ogozi Evelyn Samuel. Thank you so very much for your time. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for all of your insight. And of course, unpacking gender equality and breaking down stereotypes. And also to our wonderful listeners and to our callers, Kingsley, sorry for missing out of your calls. We do hope that you'll be able to reach back to us. Don't forget that we've talked about inequality. We've talked about equalities. We've talked about inequalities. We've talked about stereotypes and all of these. Don't forget that you can also always speak out. So wherever you are, start small, speak up against the bias, respect everyone's choices as well, and challenge unfair expectations, because change begins with you and I. I am your host, Obase Oyi Thompson, signing out of the Youth Hangout 2025, which is proudly brought to you by the Cross River State Ministry of Health and supported by United Nations Population Fund. Until we do this again next week, Thursday, do have a pleasant and a fantastic weekend ahead. Bye for now.